Welcome everybody, my name is Angelo from the T-Squad family. Check out that Imagine behind me. That is pretty cool. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to install a second AC unit that we do not have on our 312 BHTs reflection. Stick around and why don't you guys join me if you need some assistance. I know I'm going to need assistance with this hot weather, so let's do this together. Once again, welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please do so by hitting that subscribe button and go a step further and hit that bell. Well, let me first talk about where I am. I'm at a storage facility in North Carolina. We no longer are in Michigan. We did the transition about 6 weeks ago down to North Carolina. We moved to North Carolina, and now we store our RV at a storage facility. So a little bit about what we're doing here. We are eliminating one of our vents to the front bedroom. We have that vent where you can turn the nozzle and it lifts up like that. Well, if you guys remember back a few videos ago, we installed the IMAX Air 2. This is going to be replacing the front IMAX 2 Air, and the air conditioner is going to sit right on top of it. So we have 3 IMAX Air 2s, one here, one there, one right behind that air conditioner back there. We'll just walk over here and take a look at it. Right here. So this unit, the Grand Design Reflection BH2S 312, has one air conditioner. Some come with 2. If you buy the Reflection down in the south, most likely you're going to have the 2 air conditioners. Since we purchased this in Michigan, we are stuck with 1. So the air conditioner that is currently on this is a 15,000 BTU. We did not think that we needed to go any bigger for the front air conditioner, so we bought a 13,500 BTU. I heard if you have a 50 amp service, you could run 2 15,000 BTUs, but that being said, the guy that sold me the air conditioner, which was an RV dealer, said, you know what? If you are just cooling down your front bedroom, go with the 13,500 BTU, and you are for sure not going to blow a breaker. Wow, and the sun just went away. My eyes are opening up. Whew. So I have Richie up here, and he's going to assist me in installing the air conditioner. I do want to show you something that I did down there. We sprayed that black. That came in white. It took a few weeks to order. When it came in, I said to myself, I'm just going to spray it black. It's just the cover. Now, the air conditioner is not there. It's right there. So basically what I did, I unscrewed these 4 screws and I popped it off, placed it on top of a mat and sprayed it black. Vinyl safe paint, which means you're allowed to use a dark color on a vinyl product. Okay, so enough with the spraying and the roof. I want to talk to you about the inside. Before you begin, disclosure, I am in no way an electrician. I am no way in a RV installer or maintenance. I just know that I am in the general contracting construction business, so I kind of get a feel of what I'm doing. So if you do not feel comfortable, stop what you're doing, hire somebody and do it. But this is just for information of how I'm doing my air conditioner. And if you feel comfortable, follow along. If not, stop right now and go hire somebody. So before you begin, they tell you in the directions that it has to be, this certain unit anyways, has to be 14 by 14 both ways and cannot exceed 15 by 15. This so happens to be from inside here to there, 14.5 inches both ways. So we just started removing the silicone slash roof topping that they use to weatherproof this whole area here. And I just wanted to show you, we started using this and just scraping it away and finding every screw. Here's a screw, there's a screw, and I started on this side. Be sure not to ruin this. There's a mat that goes over, and this sits on top of it. Make sure you don't cut this. That is very important. What I'm doing here, I'm cutting actually on the metal. I'm no way near the sheeting that goes over this. So, and there's another screw right there. So I will go ahead and unscrew this one. And I'll go ahead and just work my way around, staying on top of the metal. Like I said, guys, whatever you do, do not go on top of this sheeting. I feel another screw right there, and there it is. Placing these aside, make sure they do not puncture your roof. I'm gonna keep going here. Here's another one. So these are pretty sharp. If you lose them, I'm counting them as I go. This could actually puncture a hole, and water can get under the sheeting and cause damage to your roof. So make sure you count these and just keep them with you all the time. We're gonna remove all this tar away from the metal. We're gonna remove all the screws, and then we'll get to the next process. You can see how I'm scraping and just coming across every screw and stopping. And there they are. I count 1, 2, 3. Look how nice and easy that's coming off. So you could tell that I just missed one there. And there's the end of the metal here. I'm facing the knife up so I don't cut the membrane, I guess you would call it, the rooftop sheeting. And see how
now it is.
All right, so now that we undid all the screws, unscrewed all the screws, I guess you would call it, we are going to carefully cut the membrane or the glue under here. And that's what happens after you cut all the glue. And you could tell that they actually put they put a big glob of it here, and that's what it looks like when it's cut open. That's it right there. Probably set that aside. Now I want to be careful when I remove all this stuff here, because that is actually the sheeting, and you can see already it's already missing. So the air conditioner currently goes this far, and it comes with a thick gasket. So when you tighten it down, it pushes and compresses. So what I'll do is I'll clean this stuff up, and I'll go ahead and fill it in with the same stuff they use when they did it originally. So I guess I should have recorded this before. What we did was we removed this section, was actually up here like that with 4 screws. And once I took it out, I unscrewed this from the handle. Once I did that, I opened it up and I found the junction box. It looks like a plug, but it's not. It's just a box that's holding this electrical. Now I know this is not live because I disconnected the battery, and that's the first thing I would do, is disconnect the battery. Inside here is a thermostat, if you want this controlled to the same thermostat in your living room. But we're not going to use it. We are literally going to put that back in there. We are just going to use this wire right here. But yeah, this is how it looks. It's cool because I noticed there's a vent here and a vent on the other side. If you wanted to use the air conditioner to circulate, because it goes like this to this, straight down the hallway. And this vent goes from here, I don't know if you can see it properly, from there to there, all the way down that hallway. Yep, and then there's the knob that I removed. I will keep all this stuff, so we're gonna keep that there, and let's measure what we got and make sure everything fits, and we're good. Okay, so we just brought that up. We're gonna set it on top of here, making sure it's symmetrical. Then we're gonna go on the inside and see if everything looks good as well. Okay, so as I removed it, the sealant that was around it was so adhered to the sheathing that you could see bare wood all the way around it. So what I did was I picked up some, it's like a door wrap. You can actually buy specifically for RVs. So under here is complete wood. And what I'll do is my unit will go right on top and it'll compress down so you will not see this once I'm all done. So it is protecting the wood. So this way no rain gets on the wood, which would not anyways, because the opening for that is equal to this. So we're in good shape. All right, so we just placed the unit in place. And you can see that Richie's going to guide me to where I need to be.
Front left.
All right, so there is the air conditioner unit, and you could see the weather strip or the tape that I installed. Once we bolt that down, this rubber gasket's gonna compress down and it's gonna be sealed that way. Any tape that you see here, I'm actually going to buy roof RV tape and I'm gonna tape it all the way around. But I do need to order that on Amazon, so I'm gonna do that. But for now, no rain is gonna get in case it does rain, it will not get in there. So that's it, that's how it looks. The top is sitting right there. We're gonna go downstairs and we're going to make sure everything looks good on the inside. Okay, so now we are back in the RV. As you can tell, I have the Protecto wrap all the way around, and pretty much the gasket that I was talking about is almost symmetrical with this opening right here. So what we'll do now is we will go ahead and screw it in. This way the unit is secured. So they have this square piece frame that will hold it in place. You know, when you go down the road, you're like, how is that thing even holding up? Well, this is the reason. This is the template that goes on the outside, on the inside, that screws and pulls it down. This is gonna go right here, and I'm holding it up, but we will be screwing a couple screws there, a couple there, and then see these holes right here? They have to be as lined up as it can to that upper hole. So I have Richie holding it up, and I'm making sure that this hole and that hole up there, I don't know if you can see it right there, lines up like perfectly, so I can go ahead and put these screws in there. So before I put those screws in to hold this up, I just want to just a little bit screw that in there a little. So they give you those 4 long screws. So what I did was we tightened them all by hand, and then we are going to go ahead and use the drill to screw them in, or drill them in, I should say. I'm going to go little by little symmetrical. I want to make sure that I am aligned everywhere. And now I'm gonna go upstairs and make sure, I'm gonna move everything on top of the roof, make sure it's all symmetrical one more time before I do the final screwing in. All right, let me know when it's I like to make it tight. There we go, I'm gonna do a little bit more.
Someone's texting again.
Secure. It's weather tight. There's nothing going to be coming in here. I will go out there and I will put a caulk seal all the way around, and just to make sure. But I think we're good. Okay. So we're going to put this here. I guess you would call it like a chute, so the air goes through here, and it doesn't have to. It gives a direct passage from the compressor down through the roof, through this vent right here that we're going to be installing in a minute. So let's do that right now. Get through here. So they give you pre-drilled holes. So I'm just going to use the screws they provided, and they give you 4 extras. So and there you go. What we'll do is they have a adhesive here, so we'll unpeel it, and then that will be like put on the sides here this way. We're good. But so what I did was they have this latch here, so I'm gonna feed it through here, and I'm gonna make sure that we are in the correct position, and we'll feed it through here. Like I said, I can always pull it back. Remember this rubber like chute here? I'm gonna go ahead and feed it through. This way I know we have enough. And there we go, right there. So I'm going to align it with the screws, the holes that are pre-drilled for this. Inside here, don't forget the latch. I'm sorry, the connection that connects the entire unit to this right here. So this goes here. We're going to plug her in. So this is the thermostat. We'll leave that connected right in there. Put the chute back. Got it. We are not installing the thermostat. We are going to use the adjustable because it's just for this room only. One more here. Now it's secured. And this is also going to be holding the air conditioner down. It's not much, but when you put those 4 long screws and then the smaller screws here, and then this unit comes, or this panel comes out of the ceiling, so it's like holding it in. We're in good shape so far. This little triangle thing will go on here like that, and we'll put some screws there as well. Once we slice the wire, feed it back through, and go from there. Let's do it. Now you can. I made sure I disconnected the battery, and I tested the wire, made sure the wire was not live, and I actually turned all the lights on. I actually tried the slider. Wanted to make sure no power was in here, just to be safe. So what I did was I sliced the wire, and what I'm going to do here is, remember, if you're not familiar with how to do electrical, hire an electrician, hire an RV maintenance guy, because it may be simple for me to do this, but it may not be simple or comfortable for you, because electrical is not anything to joke around with. All right, so we have white, we'll go with white, black, we'll go with black, and ground is always green, I hope. Just kidding, it is. So what we'll do here is I'll wire it this way. I know I'm in the middle of doing electrical, but if you have not subscribed, do so by hitting that subscribe button. And also, leave a comment in the section below. I know that I have some pretty cool followers. Casey is one of them, and I'll tell you what, he keeps me on my toes, because anything that I forget, he sends me a nice text. Hey, you forgot this and that. And I so appreciate it, because then I go back and fix it. Or say, man, you're right. And I go back. So I have no problems with comments. I have no problems. I do have problems with criticism, but I got to take it. But I have no problems with comments and any suggestions you may give me. Hey, we're new at this too. So, and you're watching this, so I'm sure you're new at this. Or you're just simply supporting us, which we really appreciate it.
Good. Why is it not working out there?
Oh, it's working. Nice and powerful. now my wife doesn't have to use the blow dryer. Just stand under here. Just do her hair this way. Really nice. Wow. Okay. So that's done. Now we will we'll pop these knobs off, install this right here. Come on. There we go. Just like that. So remember that sticky tape that I told you about on the inside here? We're gonna peel it. Got it. Richie, you'd have never got that. All right, so we're going to stretch and just make sure the inside is all touching that self-adhesive or that self-tape. There we go. That's it now. All right. I think that one has a screw. Got one more left here. Perfect. Now making sure that when you reach in here, that chute that's going down is in between and it's not flapping over, which mine is perfect. We're good. Perfect. All right, that's that. Go ahead and put these filters back on. Good there. Wrong way. Got it. Got it. Oh, come on. Nothing said was easy. All right, we're good. Let's open these up. So we just put the knobs on. We're gonna set it to cold. We're gonna start it with the fan. All right, so we have it working. We connected everything. We checked it, nice and cold. It is working, nice. Look at how pretty that is. And you get a picture of how it looks in the room. Very nice. We did good, Richie. We did good. Oh, that is nice. Oh, after working out in the 80-degree weather, working in this RV in 84 degrees in here, turning this air conditioner on is nice. Whoa, nice. Okay, so now that we are done with the inside, it is nice and solid. We are going to buy that RV tape and we are going to run it here all the way around just to be safe that this is secured with being from weathered. And now we'll install the top here. The fan was running good. I checked everything. So we're good. All right, so here's the air conditioner cover that was white that I had to spray today black to match everything else on the rooftop. So when you do this, I believe we have to start from the back. Work my way. Because in the front, it has these latches that it goes over. This way the wind doesn't lift it up as you're driving down the road. So I'm all set here. I'm gonna put these screws with the washers in. That was the one. Remember I said there was one screw? That was it. Yep. So there you have it. We just installed our air conditioning unit. we are happy with our 15,000 BTU and our 13.5 BTU. So there you have it. We have 2 air conditioners. This one's set on controlling the whole unit. We will just block off the vents in there and just utilize this one for the front unit. But we are all set here. Look how nice. By the way, look at that Imagine. That's so pretty. Well, there you have it, everybody. Thanks for joining me to install this air conditioning. Hey, everybody, this is the first time I've done something like this. I have a little bit of electrical experience. I do have a little bit of carpenter experience as well as HVAC systems. So if you are not comfortable, like I said, just hire somebody and get it done. But nothing is like doing your own work and knowing what you've done, as long as you're doing it right and legally into code and you're protecting everything. So thanks for joining me once again. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But in the meantime, have a great week, y'all, and we'll see you guys in the next video.